homeboys.
Exactly, and we're going to be seeing them on Mirage. Cloud9's probably top 2 or 3 map. And, you know, MongolZ are going to have to bang out here to have a chance.
We'll see if they'll be able to do that as we're going live immediately. We keep it nice and prompt here over at the B stream, and we all are going to be jumping into it. The MongolZ will start off on T side, Cloud9 over on the CT side. As we're going to see the MongolZ pretty much just to get set up for an A execute. They threw a decoy over outside of their spawn, but besides that, it's going to be 4, I believe, going outside of Palace and 1 ramp. Let's see how well this works out for them, since Cloud9 don't actually need too much of an active presence in sight. See, we've got one guy, Stewie, the smoke criminal himself. Not necessarily going to challenge just yet, as his attempt at it failed. In fact, he ends up just getting knocked out outright. But besides that, all the kills are coming from Cloud9 right now. It's a 3-to-1 trade. The 2 remaining players, unfortunately, don't have the greatest forward positions either, as they try to play this aggressively, but it's not going to pan out. Sagu is the last one left alive, and he'll be eliminated by Tarek, giving the round over to C9.
Yeah, so kind of an elegant strat. I liked how quick hitting those nades were. Like, he had a cool little lineup for that jungle cross, as well as the Molotov top stairs. Right? I don't think I've seen that before, done that way. Interesting strat, but you need the next level of the strat, right? You need to have a thought about your planting here, because your post-plant positions are going to be XYZ, and Cloud9 just eats them apart in the post-plant.
So that will end up costing the MongolZ their first victory, and now actually pretty lightly bought in the second round because they were able to get the battle at mid. Well, at least the battle with Mara. Not going to end up going so well. Machine Gun gets taken down afterwards too. Things are melting down pretty quickly here for their P250 round. Now being pushed back into that doorway too outside of top mid. I don't even know if they realized that Sago was even up here, so he's going to be... He might actually be able to sneak a kill off here. He can find automatic, but nope, does not finish off the job, and Rush also barely survives the encounter with only 4 HP.
Yeah, as soon as C9 realized that they did in fact not buy armor, they just pushed relentlessly, right? You want to see with the first guy if he has armor, right? To see if they bought up or did some kind of like weird AK mix buy. They did not. They're going to come into this round with the AK low utility buy. Something you got to plan for on your T side, right? You don't want to call like a full execute type strat in this kind of buy round. Stewie's going to be playing up close on the A ramp smoke. Let's see if NCL can read this. 3 guys Palace. This is a very scrimmy strat.
So it seems like it's just going to be the plan to burst out A and probably have Machine Gun come into mid late. Try and flank them if they're not paying attention to it. Sort of the gamble play on that, but the ramp guy's already dead. Stewie's moved in, taking down NCL. The rest of the MongolZ, what's the plan here? What's the go-to in order to make this work? Because I think without the ramp player, your Palace execute is going to be very hard to make it work.
I mean, if they run out right now,
they're dead,
and they kill. Well, if they run out and they get an entry on the guy ticket booth, like this could be dangerous for C9. If.
Depends on that entry though. If it doesn't happen, they get wrecked.
If they don't do that, then it's going to be a 4 against 3 now. Skadoodle getting picked off in window. Now the crunch on the A side is possible. Silkenberg with a quick trade. That looked weird.
Trade, though, like
don't go to Firebox. Look at your health.
It does put MongolZ in an interesting situation. Machine Gun gets caught trying to push automatic though. And Audi will pick up the kill against Machine Gun. Moves back down into a 2v2. Automatic has so much utility to put up, and they may not even really have to use any of it, since they're down to just Sagu now. Clutch this from MongolZ. He's getting pushed back. Inside of Palace, they seem to already know he's up there. They're well on their way to defuse. Sagu's not even going to attempt to challenge it, it looks like. Just sits inside. Will save the AK. Try to cut one off on exit. Missed that, obviously, but not a big deal because he still keeps the AK in check. The round, though, is Cloud9, so they guarantee the clean 3-0 start.
Bro, Sagu, show me your Foon skills. You had a flash, right? Come on, that's like that's like a legendary play waiting to happen. Running through the molly, Flash is the guy covering the bomb diffuser, kills him, dies in the flames, and wins the round.
Could have cemented his place in history.
He could have. I was salivating looking at it.
I could have given him a place on Splice for a few months.
Oh God.
Bringing back old wounds, you know.
Because Machine Gun was on Splice,
Machine Gun
right?
was on Splice, yeah.
He's actually a pretty gnarly player. Like playing against him in pugs, it's like he'll one-shot you ASAP.
Fortunately, it wasn't meant to be. That whole version of Splice, unfortunately, never really did anything. So.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to excel in a communication-based game when you don't speak the same language.
Yeah, I mean,
right? So it's like
kind of assumed that would be didn't end up working out. As we get into the action on the next round, though, it's actually an even start, 1-for-1 trade. But with Cloud9's earlier kill, they still hold the penultimate advantage here. And again, the MongolZ seem to be really struggling to try and find any capable entry kills. So it's NCL It's a banger there, automatic. Stewie will trade that, and Skadoodle still has site presence, however. So Sugo again being left as the last man standing. See what he can piece together, but it's not going to be much. Stewie knocks him out, and it's Cloud9 with a solid lead, 4-0.
Yeah, this is tough, especially starting T side, heavy underdog. You know, Cloud9 has all the money in the world. Mirage CT side, if the CTs are feeling confident and get all the nades every single round, this could lead to a very ugly half.
We'll see if that becomes the case. Full buy finally on the table for them. No longer the low utility buy. They will get full op and utility to support it this time around here as Cloud9 continue to spread out, actually playing a very kind of lonely setup when you look at how well these guys are set up to trade each other. It's not very well, actually. They're pretty spaced out at this point in time when you look at the way that they've spread themselves across the map. Meanwhile, the Mongols kind of doing something similar here, but obviously they're doing more of a T default at this point. Probably going to send Zilkenberg eventually through underpass to group up with his teammate that's also there and take mid control.
Interesting smoke.
They might actually go B now that I see Mara falling back to the ramp.
So if I was an underdog and I knew I was going to come to a tournament and I see myself in Cloud9's group and I want to pick into Mirage, what I would do is I'd be looking for picks on automatic on Catwalk and then picks on Stewie and Connector, because those are usually the first guys rearing their heads looking for fights. I would preference towards Catwalk because Connector's a little bit harder of a cookie to crack in terms of flashing the guy. But it looks like that's what they worked for, right? Machine Gun's in this nice position. He's going to catch Stewie out. Gets a little impatient. And they're grouping up towards B. C9 has the read. I don't know how, but they do. Maybe it was a jump spot.
Got everyone sitting into this site, and look at it, just absolutely a takedown from Cloud9. Last man, one of the last players standing, Zilkenberg, was also stuck behind a molly. He at least trades on automatic. So they brought this down to a 2v3.
Oh, look. I didn't realize he was here.
That's managed to work his way over here towards Arches now, but Zilkenberg also got another kill on Tarek from a nade because he was brought down low. So
please molly the pillar, please.
They should see him now, though. They know he's back there. But time's getting low. They need to get these kills very quickly. Machine Gun goes in, though. Quickly snapshots out Skadoodle, and then he finds Rush as well. What a way to shut down the round for Machine Gun, as the Mongols will find a very impressive way to get themselves onto the board at 4-1.
And that's what you get for talking about Splice.
I guess so, man.
Let's go.
Taking that all back now.
Yeah. Machine Gun, what's up? Getting the alert kill, working all the way back towards Cat. This guy is always on an odyssey that round.
He's back. Back in red. Uniforms they were. They're like red and white.
What?
I was gonna say back in black.
Oh yeah, like the AC/DC album.
But Mara is gonna be the one that shows up this time with some smooth entries. 3 kills from him. Takes down Stewie, Rush, and Skadoodle. And now even has the position over here at the barrels to try and find Tarek, too, if he tries to push out a CT. I think Tarek knows they might have pushed this, however, so he's going to hold back himself and wait this out, as the retake is looking like more of something in the realm of fantasy at this point. The 2v4, they do have utility at least, but so do the Ts.
I just had like a dysphoric recall about the word fantasy.
Okay.
Anyway.
Moving on.
Just leave you with that.
Just wanted to note that. But yeah, it looks like the Cloud9 players are going to fall back to save. So this will give the Mongols a second round. And where is Cloud9's money at? Can you see that, DJ?
Ooh.
It's not good.
In the doldrums.
Yeah, there you go.
So, Mara is the only guy on MongolZ whose name I haven't seen, right? As somebody who religiously looks at hltv.org and whatever else in terms of like CS news, I've seen all these other guys. I think they've actually been on this same team. And Mara, you know, getting that triple entry this round, he's probably pumped up, right? He's like, these guys aren't that good. Let's go, come on. This is a huge round. C9 could very easily win this round with, you know, a few opportunistic picks from Automatic and Tarek.
It's going to come down to spotting this early, though, as it does appear that the Mongols are pretty much just going to straight up rush B on this run. In fact, they mess up their opening flash a little bit there. Stewie holding in the corner, waiting for this chance to get at least one PG-50 kill. And since he has support from Tarek, too, does about half the damage off of NCL. But it's Automatic that moves in to finish it off, and now Stewie strikes. Now he finds the headshot against Mara, limiting it just down to Zilkenberg and Machine Gun in a 2v5 now. Only one gun has been recovered by C9 extra. Actually, no, they haven't gotten any extra guns just yet. But even so, they're still in good shape. They've got the bomb. They've got at least one player completely locked down. And the options here for the Mongols are slim to none. as they've just been completely destroyed on execute. Even Zilkenberg now is not going to be able to beat out Stewie 2K, who outwits him with just a P250.
Am I allowed to talk about my thoughts about this round?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I know that people are probably like, haha, Mongols are so stupid, they just rush B, right? No, that was actually not a bad choice, let me tell you why. Because they know that Cloud9 saved 2 guns, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what's the worst thing you can do against a team that has low money and otherwise, you know, maybe 1 or 2 guns on the field, is go slow and give them a read on where you might go, right? So, I can see the logic there. There's obviously no 100% best way to play an anti-eco or anti-small buy, whatever you want to call it, right? If there was a best way to do it, everyone would be doing it. I think that was a logically decent approach. I don't know where that Molotov came from. There was a Molotov basically not allowing them to run out the balcony side. So they would have had to jump out the window into Stewie's knife. Right? That's what he was doing. It's actually a really nice thing to do on if you have a low buy. See if somebody gets a little impatient or not thorough, doesn't check below them, you knife them, right? Because sometimes when you're below them, it gives them like that back hitbox. Oh, man.
That and they just kind of got unlucky because they walked right into the site where both the op and the M4 were positioned. So.
And that flash that should have gone out the window perhaps was the reason why a T did not go out the window. He's like, all right, I don't feel safe doing this. Right? I don't feel safe entering out the window because that flash is there.
So that will reduce the Mongols down here. They're on the comeback path pretty quickly, but it's been put to a swift halt with Cloud9 sitting on a round like that. And the amount of free guns alone that they're going to get off of that last round is a massive, because you can see it immediately bolsters their economy up. They got the op on Skadoodle, obviously, as that was carried through from the previous 2 rounds. What's up? Yeah, 2 AKs that were picked up. I think everyone except for Stewie now has a gun that the Mongols held on the previous round, or was saved, of course, from 2 rounds back.
I would love to see a statistic showing the win rates on CT side if you have an AK or 2 AKs or not. Because holding an angle with an AK is just, there's no better feeling.
It's way smoother.
Yeah.
Kills with it too.
Especially if it's like a fire serpent, you just feel like $1,000,000.
The skins, of course. But we are going to see Sugu actually start us off this time with the first initial kill. Very, very close fight, but he does end up taking down automatic. But at the same time, look at what Stewie could do from this position if he catches these guys, especially. Because he could just drive a wedge in between them. They're going to go out mid. So he finds Sugu. That's the op on the ground. He'll pick that up. Nice little cheeky free double op setup. That's good. Again, this is 0 investment from Cloud9 to get them to this point. Stewie, unfortunately, will be met by someone down below, but hits the swing shot through the top boxes as well. They know there's a second player, so they should as well be aware that he went inside the connector. Smoke off the one side, but whatever it is, he waits on the peak there until before the smoke actually plumes. Again, Machine Gun catches 1 trade. That will be countered out by Skadoodle, and Tarek finds the final kill on the round, giving it to C9.
I love how Stewie's just basically like a primary opper in terms of his abilities. I'm not gonna lie, playing rank S with that guy, his speed with which he puts the aimer on somebody's head is absolutely insanity. When you're in game, not in an HLTV demo, his mechanical skill is just something else.
So I'm trying to see here, because MongolZ obviously not buying anything except for a couple pistols, but they're kind of pretty sure this round's live, just for your sake, but they are
Maybe
walking
they're
around
talking.
the spawn. So, no, that's what I was about to lead into, is that this might be the existence pause right here.
So that claim has already been staked?
Yeah, that one's already been taken, unfortunately. But yeah, I guess this round's live, and they just took those few moments to talk to themselves about, they just use this round as a pause, essentially. They did buy guns, so that's why it's a little bit weird to me. They bought some pistols anyway. So, but I mean, fairly small investment at the end of the day, but still something. Well, they're eventually just going to get shut down for the most part. Okay. Zilkenberg actually getting quite a bit done, mainly because of a missed up shot came out there from the guy holding connector. And what is this? He's found a second kill now, too. Edging back, he's going to be able to chain together a third one against Tarek. And can he close it out? Oh, no, he cannot, but he got so close. Skadoodle will finally shut it down for C9, but that is a round that should have not even gotten close to going that far into it.
I mean, he had no armor there, right? And he was basically debating them into giving him some headshot angles, right? The guy on Catwalk was a headshot angle. The guy top connector headshot angle. I don't even know if he was thinking that. He's probably just whipping around everywhere.
I mean, like I said, I don't even think they had an intention to win that round. I think they were pretty much just throwing themselves away at mid, sort of, at the end there. Obviously trying their best. Zilkenberg tried very hard and ended up picking up quite a few kills, almost outright clutching against Cloud9 there.
Looks like they're going for the Palace Scrim again, and that Molotov's gonna, you know, basically have perfect timing and hit Mara, basically indicating to the CTs that there is presence of terrorists in the Palace. I do not know how many. Skadoodle finds out. 2 more Palace as he rings it out.
They did let some of them through, however, it means the ramp play is now going to move in. Machine Gun able to take down Skadoodle before he completes the flick onto him. Stewie still alive at connector, completes the trade. Rush also finding one more that tried to sneak up towards Ticket here. They're trying to spam in. At least it looks like Mara is trying to spam in and find Stewie, but no, Stewie will get the better of him. It's up to Sugu again to try and clutch this. He's got 2 kills in very quick fashion, but he has been pincered. However, that 3rd kill brings it down to an even 1v1, and it's Tarek looking to clutch, but he won't do it. Sugu comes out with a massive play for the Mongols and gives them their 3rd round.
How do you clutch that? That was amazing. I mean, I guess Tarek missed a shot when he was crossing bench. That looked kind of weird,
I guess so, yeah.
It looked like it could have been traded. That's the one thing about off, right? You miss it, there's that downtime of not being able to shoot, so better not miss.
But, obviously, again, massive play coming up from Sugu to be able to give the Mongols that 3rd round.
And because Zilkenberg basically took 3 heads in the last 15 seconds of the previous round, Cloud9's economy
it's in the dumps.
On the rails.
Yeah.
Skadoodle has 7K though. What will we do with it?
Looks like he's dropping CZs.
Ooh,
oh, all right, this will be an interesting force buy.
Is he giving it to Stewie? Stewie, what are you buying, bud?
Well, he dropped the CZ for someone, so that went over to Rush, I'm pretty sure. And Stewie just gets a P250 armor and utility. So this is a pretty drastic force from C9. I mean, they also have, you have to remember, like a pretty decent lead here too. So they can just save for 2 rounds, let this go to 7-5 and then buy back in. But I think they are just considering the fact that they just got reset so hard. So they're thinking that they're going to have to save 2 rounds anyway, so they'll just buy up here. Which is actually not too bad of an idea. It's just a really, really light buy here. But they've already upset once, so maybe they can do it again.
I wonder if that's a decision C9 would make against, you know, like an assault, right? A team that's super good at punishing force buys. I don't know.
That's kind of my question too, is whether this is more of a confidence play from them than anything else, or this is something that they would do against, like, you know, a team that's more
right,
on their
this
level.
This is a BO1, right?
Yeah, yeah.
To make that decision against, like, you know, a team that's even money with you is a hard decision to make, but, you know, people make it every so often. It's nothing really that bad to do. I was just curious.
We're going to see the Mongols start to shape up in mid now, after that little bit of a delay. Skadoodle, again, going to be the point man here, and he has to find impact. This is, like I said before, the only one with the big gun to play off of a missed shot, which is a bit weird, but the Deagle up close can also find impact, and it indeed does. Now the scout on the site was all that was standing between them and access to that site to find a plant, and they managed that with only one of them getting tagged. That's NCL down at 28 HP. It is even. It is a 3v3. But obviously 2 out of 3 of these guys are not working with very big guns, and wow, that nade just saves Skadoodle's life right there. He might still be dead, but he actually gets behind the cash register. Machine Gun will find his head, take him off before he's able to recover from that op shot. And now just Stewie sits alone. I think his primary objective here is going to be to retrieve that up. He does get it. Ducks behind the cash register and a very quick shot on a Machine Gun, but Silkenberg takes him down before Stewie can complete the clutch. And that gives Mongols their 4th round.
And the force buy does not pay off. And another thing on top of that is that you can tell Mongols are playing with a little bit more confidence, shall I say, right? Machine Gun pushing into the market door there. He has no ability to be 100% that a CT did not know he was near there. But the fact that he's, you know, balls out going for that play, asking for his flashbang, shows that Mongols are getting their heads in the game here.
Sogu trying to inch forward here to try and catch the aggression at mid. Do just that. Still looking for more, as is NCL. In fact, NCL will end up cleaning up quite a bit. Sugu finding Rush, able to take him down, and now just Stewie left alive in a 1v5 scenario. So round pretty much going as expected. Mongols just cleaning up due to slow play, a full eco round from C9. After this one, we will see what kind of cash flow C9 is going to be working with. It is going to be enough for them to rebuy.
No ops.
That is true, because of the force buy.
I think if the IGL of Mongols is like super clairvoyant, like extraordinaire strat caller, and he's like, hey, can one of you guys get a Mac 10? I don't think they'll have head armor. And then they just do the McDonald's exec on B. That's actually like one of the next level things on Mirage, right, is calling it when they're going to have no head armor, doing it exec on B, because you can get in their face so quickly with flashbangs. And kind of the timing, right? As a CT, you have this timing in your head of how fast would a rifle or AK approach me, right? And if you're blind and you're falling back blind, you kind of know where you are as you're falling back.
Yeah.
And then the Mac 10 guy will get on you faster, right? So
more theory crafting with your man James over here.
You know, just
dashing out.
Trying to use the noggin a little bit here and
Yeah.
there. Like, that would be a next level thing to do on, like, the 16K overtime if you think somebody's just, like, not buying head armor. Like, if you watch their demos for some reason, they're just doing it out of habit.
We do get into the action. Once again, Sogu is showing up quite a bit here at the start. Moves in and finds Stewie right at the start of the round. Another close fight for him, but so far his track record in just even 1v1s has actually been pretty good. Obviously I don't have the stats in front of me, just going off observation, but come out on top of another very close duel. Gives the Mongols a bit of a 5v4 advantage to work on.
Let's see how they handle this. Usually, you know, when you get a pick in mid, alright guys, let's just fall off mid, let's not get mired down, you know, picked away. That's like one of the worst things. Zilkenberg overextending, not waiting for his team to arrive. However, that might give Cloud9 like a false sense that they are not B. Right, it might be that lurker or something. And that looks like that's what they're doing, right? Because Skadoodle was in market, and he's rotated all the way to ticket booth now. And Machine Gun's going to make contact out Palace, get a kill. Tarek not actually leaving his post at B. Let's see if he can get 2 kills here.
He's going to be able to find one at least from the back site. Now Hugs inside, waiting for them to try and walk up catwalk. Not going to find anyone here yet, as Tarek sits behind the box. Needs to wait off a sound cue, so you're probably one of his teammates in the process. Skadoodle moves in though, able to find NCL. Sogu was aware that Tarek was hiding behind that van position, but still, Tarek gets the better of him anyway, as Sogu was already brought down very, very low. Cloud9 win the round, and we go into another pause, which I assume this time is going to be coming from the Mongols.
So that situation there, when Tarek gets that first kill. What was that?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought I was. Am I hearing voices again? This is my bad.
It's just DJ. It's okay.
Oh. What was I saying? Oh, Tarek getting the first kill. How do you deal with that as a T when one of your teammates is low, right? Because one of them had like 10 HP and the other guy had 100. I don't like that they slowed down and kind of like tried to like suss out Tarek's location, right? Because every shred of time that you're using to like be thorough is allowing them to rotate, right? So now you don't have your 2v1 anymore. I don't know. I like going fast in those situations and just putting the pressure on, right? Not allowing for the rotate to come through.
Yes, and so now because of that, again, Cloud9 have taken back the wheel on this half. Chance for them, however, to turn this back around as Cloud9 got very aggressive in mid, and NCL, it's either NCL or Sogu that end up clearing it, but every single time there's been aggression from C9. For the most part, it has been dealt with. What they weren't expecting, though, is this walkout from Automatic. He moves in, kills the long B player, and gets a free upgrade as well over to an AK. And that now evens it back out into a 3v3 as everything goes quiet for a bit. So they're going to get a hold at top mid and run down the timer a bit before they follow through. They're hoping, I think, that someone from Cloud9 tries to peek them for intel and they can punish that, but I don't believe that's going to be happening.
Yeah, and they just Bogdaned. So the fact that he can stake a claim, let's get all over it.
What, are you mad that he has that claim?
No, I'm not mad. I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to feel shameful for, you know, having some fun. It's not like I'll actually like, oh, you need to pay me royalties if you say these words. Like, no, let's just present a concept in a nice packageable word.
Yeah. Branding,
right?
you know?
Like, we just said one word, and a lot of people know what we're talking about. It's not like, oh,
true.
Drop the op.
What's he up to these days?
Huh?
What's he up to these days?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I was going to meet up with him at Starbucks a few days ago, but he flaked on me.
It's a shame.
I'm totally kidding.
We've got MongolZ for some delay. Ready for the walkout here. It is very much so going to be a walkout. The problems with that are many. As we can see, Skadoodle given free vision over the Palace walkout, so he's going to be able to find Zilkenberg This does not help the case for the Mongols in the post plan here. Scoodoodle's going to be able to do all this. They know it's going down on the ground. Very low chance, obviously, of Scoodoodle getting that kill outright, but now on the retake, look, they're not even given any time to get post plan positions at all. Sogu immediately pushed to the backside of triple, and while it does defend him against the players pushing for ticket, he will still die to the connector player, giving the round to C9.
So you see how Rush wide peaks right there? Notably before the smoke on CT is gone. Notably after Sugu clutched that 1v4 in ridiculous fashion. So that wide peak that he had when his teammates couldn't trade is what opens up those kind of clutches, right? It's like, here's your lifeline, your gift back into the round. Can you take it? Good thing Rush didn't allow him to.
Thing indeed, and now for our next round here. Final one on the half, the Mongols will obviously go for their force buy, but when you look at things, they're not looking too peachy in general. They're probably going to go for just another straightforward execute to round out the half here. Cloud9, of course, still having full utility and buy-in themselves will be in okay fashion here. As the smokes rain in, let's see how this is going to look on execute. Pushing forward, Rush still has decent vision over Zilkenberg's spot back in Firebox. He can't immediately punish it. The smokes very far pushed back, actually, as you can see. Not a whole lot covering the steps areas. This is letting them stop them from even take the site, which is, as you can see, a very massive issue for the Mongols. They're down to just 2 players. With machine guns trades, though, it has been evened out. The problem is, Mara tries to sneak away with a bomb, and Stewie puts an end to that, leaving only machine gun alive. It is 2 up still standing. There's a good chance machine gun can clutch this if he's able to dodge the upshots. Oh, and there's one right there that he's able to get out of the way of Stewie. Missing what should have been a point-blank shot to knock out machine gun and secure double digits for C9. But it's not necessarily the case. Now machine gun, he's going to get aggressive. He's going to push forward. The flash goes in. It's not all the way forward, though, so it's going to leave Stewie completely in vision. And he's also now traded out 2 of FAMAS so that they're not both working with ops. Machine gun has pretty much all the time in the world to play this. Still 30 seconds remaining, even after all the shenanigans that have gone on throughout the course of this round. He'll sneak up, plant behind the forward site trick stack. Oh man, he just gets spammed through the box. Bit of an unfortunate way for the half to end, but it is the way that it goes. And with that, Cloud9 will go up to 10-5.
I know Stewie got a lot of the kills that round, but I love how Rush played that round, right? He gets his kill from triple. He peaks at different times, different intervals of times. I think he peaked like a total of 3 or 4 times, but he stayed alive, right? He knows they didn't all have AKs, so he knows it's unlikely that he's going to get spammed through the box. And that's the most annoying thing when you're a T trying to like progress forward and you like know this guy's hiding, but you know he can peek out at any point in time. And in order to clear the next angle, you have to put your ear to him, right? Yeah. So they basically were just sitting at sandwich like, oh, when is he going to peek again? Who's holding the angle? 2 of us are, but only 1 of us should be, and 3 of us should be swinging. It's just like, that's what I love about Rush. He does all these great plays that are so beneficial for his team, and then just like don't really get noticed, right?
Yeah, it looks like as we are going into the second half now, so as soon as the admins resume it, we are going to be good to go.
I think there's a halftime break.
Actually, yeah, there is a halftime break, so you'll have to excuse us. We're going to go to a quick break real quick, and then be back in a second. Mongols and Cloud9. The Mongols, of course, through a series of very nice clutches and almost clutches, managed to rack up 5 rounds on their T side, but now Cloud9 will take the mantle and look to shut this down as they have the massive lead at 10-5. They grow upon it here. It's a good start as they do find Zilkin trying to lurk on them in the apartments there. They're also going to give away their attention, so we need to see a quick execute followed up, and that's exactly what we get. Cloud9 keeping themselves out onto the B site, looking to take control. It's a little bit messy, though. They're failing to get these entry kills quickly enough. They will still get them, but now they're going to have to deal with flanks on it. This is before they solidify themselves in first line positions, which is going to mean it's a very wide gap open for the Mongols to try and turn this around, but it won't happen, mainly off of some nice shots coming out from Tarek at the end there. Closes out the last 2 kills and secures around 11 for C9 to start off the second half.
C9 loves doing some kind of B execute on their T pistol strat, and they don't go away from it there, regardless of any kind of counter stratting coming in, which it looks like MongolZ did, right? Double walk pushing B apps definitely shows that they watched the demo. The one constant on all those strats is Stewie jumping out the window closely with that flashbang, and he always does a good job. Stewie's an insane Glock player.
I'm sure Cloud9, having had 30 minutes or so to put out the opponent here, they're going to be ready to go. They know how to try and shut things down. It's the Mongols. Back to the Mongols. Still trying to get a little bit tricky, though. Nice flash outside. Completely destroys Terrence. Automatic. Along with Rush, are going to look to defend on this. Mainly Rush at this point, who's doing all of this. Stewie's also going to be able to find a quick kill out from mid. Rush with the second to take down Sogu. And now it leaves only Machine Gun left alive in a 1v4 scenario. Did manage to infiltrate towards the window. Had a small chance there to catch Skadoodle. In fact, Rush, too. Behind Skadoodle, but now he's been revealed. Now they know where he's playing from. So just a matter of safety. Oh my god! Oh my god! Machine Gun gets a second kill, brings it into a 1v1. Hasn't realized yet that Stewie is still outside on the site and that he has full access to the bomb. It's such an unfortunate mystery that might lead to his death if he's not careful. He's going to have to check the other ways. This is all clear. This is all open for the taking. He doesn't have a kit either. He's checking everything back here by ticket, trying to make sure that the T didn't fall back, but little does he know that he's still outside in connector and will unfortunately not have enough time to run around again.
He just hurt him.
Go into the defuse the bomb. Sudden realization is going to be unfortunate. Oh, and he just misses the chance at a kill, too. As the round what a close chance.
That shot he got on the guy, like, careening off the top of the ladder was disgusting. Disgusting in a good way.
I believe they complimented him in the chat as well.
They said, nice shot. Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
I like saying N1. N and then the number 1. Because everyone says NS. I don't know. Just to be annoyingly different.
Console thing? Is NS
no,
like a console?
Like nice shot NS.
Oh,
that's what everyone says.
I thought you meant like the N's.
No, ampersand.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Got confused for a second there, but we're good now. Back to earth. Mongols on a full eco again, obviously with the exception of Machine Guns up that got saved. And they've gamble stacked it. 5 guys in the A site, and it looks like Cloud9 are going to fight on that right now. So this could be a bit of an interesting round. Doing his best to hold, but he's dead over the round. Rush should be getting a good picture of what's happening on this site. They're actually managing it very well for how heavily stacked up it was. Unfortunately, the Mongols peak a little bit too early. I think that gives Cloud9 the chance they need to execute everything.
That was a pretty sick stack, right? Do you notice how they were kind of like layered at different distances, all at a similar angle?
Mm-hmm. Just didn't end up panning out so well, unfortunately, though. Man, it's failing the shots there. They had a rookie peek at once. Seemed like the coordination was there for the Mongols setup. Not actually killing anyone, but unfortunately.
Oh, yes. I think we're going to see the super nerdy boost Molotov smoke exec.
Oh, are we?
Right, so they like boost each other.
There
yep. This one goes. I think this one lands on top of default. Watch.
Yes,
there's going to be a molly on default.
The molly is, yeah. Molly, isn't it for there is the trip stack one there too.
Yeah, but the default one is this like newer one, kind of like not as often thrown.
First kill, and Stewie almost gets himself a double from top steps. Makes it only a 1-1 conversion, and that's not going to be great. Machine Gun doing some serious work from inside the connector. Only ends up getting his punishment though from Tarek. He's able to take him down just before he falls back further into the connector there. that has caused most of C9 to now kind of freeze here since they don't have the right to plant yet. Flash comes in, spots the player in the back, but did not catch the player behind the barrels. So Sogu escaping with another big pickup here. Automatic, though, trading back 2, and one's from a nade. He's now low at 31 HP, but he's going up against an Opera, so that doesn't really matter that much. Just has to find the right time to, 1, plant, 2, find the Opera and execute him. He's going to take a bit of a risk here, get aggressive. Let's see if he can knock him out, but I think Zilkenberg is right into this. He's also going to be sneaking back here, and he's got the angle now if Automatic peeks this, but the timing is going to be very unfortunate for Zilkenberg if he doesn't watch back out. He's gone inside. Now Automatic's going to have to check this both ways, even with, let's see. No, he saw him there, so sees the rifle and spams in, takes him a second. But the timing works out in Automatic's favor, and he will close out of the round for C9.
Tim is so good. He just made those 2 kills in CT spawn look like a joke.
Yeah.
It's just so fluid,
right?
A
bit of a blunt way to put it, but
not a joke. But I mean, I guess that was a little bit too slanted of a way of putting it. He just made it look so easy and happy, right?
Yeah, no, he dominates. He dominates that situation there, so it's really good for him. And now the Mongols unfortunately sit on. Well, they actually are going to full save here, which is, I think, money is. You can see a few bit more utility. They're fully buying out here, so buying down a bit. And they're going to try for one more big buy on what could be their last round, assuming they don't upset here. We'll see if they give themselves a chance at all. At least try to do some economical damage on this round as they've done in the past. Ecos back on T side primarily.
Oh, Mirage, check your 6, buddy.
Check it, but out first there. Looks like he's going to be able to escape okay. With Automatic's other kill, this should bring that Palace player back outside. Focus on more important matters, which is going to be defending both of these sites. Cloud9 have options leading into both bomb sites right now, but I think they're going to take the safe route too, which will be B. Automatic, despite the low health, also gets the kill against NCL here in Connector, and that locks the last 2 Mongols players just inside of jungle, and now Connector as they've changed these positions a little bit, but still with only PG50s to their name, hopes of them actually upsetting here pretty much non-existent. And with Mara dead, only Sogu is left alive, and if he peeks out from Connector, there's an op waiting for him. There's a player down below. He actually dinks the opper and takes him down and follows it through with a second kill. It's a messy cleanup here from Cloud9, but they're getting the job done at least. And it puts them up to 15. 1 more is needed, and they will have victory in the second match of the day.
I think we can say one thing for certain is that MongolZ aim is up to par.
Very true.
Their aim is pretty sick. I mean, those clutches, like, obviously they had to do something other than aim to win the clutch, but you're not going to win those clutches without ridiculously good aim.
It's going to be an interesting buy for the Mongols. Triple up setup in the final round here. And Mara gets the double and then follows it through with a peek on the other side to take down a 3rd guy. This is not what C9 needed at all. Automatic's going to do his best to turn this around, at least get a few kills in mid. He spotted that 2nd player and now takes him down. Only losing about half of his HP for both of those fights too. Gotta watch out though, because Machine Gun's waiting for him on the inside, but he's also got an up and is not ready to take that fight. He's also alone. He's lost his one and only teammate remaining here.
Oh, he's feeling it though.
Trying to clutch out the 1v2. He knows he's got Mara behind that back trip stack, but he's also got to be careful because in a moment, Zilkenberg could be flanking him. What a nice flick from Automatic. He's going to keep the streak going. If he can ace this, he finishes off the map, but he's got to check his backside as Zilkenberg is going to be upon him here at any moment. Zilkenberg was trying to close out on him with a pistol, and he can do that at this point. He's got Automatic low enough, but it may not be the case any longer. Zilkenberg is about to push out the Connector, and he'll be able to find it, but let's see, Automatic, can you close it out right here? Can you clutch it on an ace? Can you shut this down? So close, but not going to happen. Zilkenberg wins that final 1v1, and with that, that'll keep the Mongols in the match.
Jesus, man. Tim was feeling it.
That would have been godlike from Automatic.
See that smoke he threw on Connector? That smoke was super elegant because it creates double one-way on each side. Like that like middle of Connector smoke where you can jump up on the little ledges on either side is super useful. You heard it here.
Look at what it's done to the money for both teams, though. Both teams only taking it down to 1 player at the end, and the Mongols just winning with 1 player left alive. Their money's been brought down to umps and MP9s, but a similar story for Cloud9 as they're also going to end up on quite a few downgraded weapons, but they also have a double op setup. They are losing big time at the beginning of this round, though. Machine Gun even picking up that 3rd kill now against Rush, finding massive damage against the C9 roster. It seems like they're going to fail here, but we'll see if they can turn this around. Tarek just got a nice trade on a Machine Gun through the smoke.
How did that nade only do 15 damage? It looks like that landed right in his breadbasket.
CSGO nades, at a certain point you just learn to not go, unfortunately. But we are going to see the rest of Cloud9 roll out onto the site. They're still trying to find a position from NCL, although he was hunkered down right at that corner. That was very hard to take care of, so he knocks out Skadoodle. Tarek again keeping this alive, at least for C9. But but he's going to have to ace if he wants to end it here.
Yeah, I don't think we've been calling out Tarek's name much this match. Maybe it's just how it's been going, right? If somebody else gets a kill, there's no kill for you to get. But he's definitely somebody you can come up with the flashy plays.
Very true. And right now he's going to be holding himself down.
So I wonder what angle you become less visible from if you turn around and look down versus looking back towards the windows and looking down. Because that stuff does matter. Because if you look at, you know that small box on the like non-spammable side of connector?
Yeah.
So if you look at a certain angle while looking straight down at the ground, you cannot be seen from catwalk or middle. But it's a very like specific like 5-degree angle.
Let's check this out from Tarek. After waiting that long, he's going to move back in. Mara should have heard that drop though. Checking the back corner. So that's unfortunate. Big build up for nothing. As Mara does it, eventually just shutting it down. But still, there's a long, long road to recovery here for the Mongols, and they've only just started themselves on it. But at the very least, they should have a few easy ones coming up here, with Cloud9 being put onto what should be a full eco.
Yeah, let's see Sugu do his best SK Fur impression here at the MP9 on a should-be eco round. I love the players that are just totally committed to the eco shred. Right, there's like every other team knows it's coming and they just still do it. It's like, we know he's gonna push here. He's just gonna own him.
So we'll see if Cloud9 are able to sneak off anything in this round. At the moment, it doesn't look like they're gonna just go for quick mid control and then attempt to transition that probably into A control. But after moving into mid, they get this pretty much for free.
This flash, oh, there it is.
Mongols have a very site-focused defense here too. Machine Gun's only just now moving in, but he's picking off targets. He's doing a great job right now. 1, 2, and 3 already for him. Sogu finds the one player at ramp, and then it's Mara to pick up the last player moving in from connector, knocking out Tarek. Securing an 8th round for the Mongols. After that full save though, Cloud9 are back into the buy. No op, I don't think, unless Tarek really wants to force it. And yeah, he'll stick with the AK. So 5 AKs this time for C9. No op to be seen, but that might also mean they're going for a faster paced strat. So let's take a look and see exactly what the game plan is going to be here for C9.
Yeah, Mongols are showing some poise here, playing aggressive style that, you know, you can't really fake, right? You can't fake aggression if you're not confident, so I like to see it.
So they're going to go quickly into top mid to gain control there. Also using players coming into underpass too. Spamming the usual spots. Stewie is being held back a little bit here because of the molly that's been tossed underneath. And eventually, Cloud9 will continue to push forward and take the rest of that mid control as the Mongols seem to want to resist it here. I mean, they still have Machine Gun sitting in window room. He hasn't crossed back to city even with the smoke going onto the ground now.
Look at C9's utility with only 70 seconds, or with 70 seconds left.
Yeah, they've used so much of it just trying to get mid, and we can see that too. A lot of smokes already. Two of their smokes were used in window. Third one coming out back over here.
And Mongols haven't, you know, obliged them and given them a pick or an opportunity.
Mm-hmm. And CL is backing away from the fight now as he knows he's going to get pushed in a second. He's found Tarek, suspicious of a second player, but for whatever reason didn't assume that he'd be right behind the one guy that he killed. Sogu, though, makes better of that. Trades it back and takes down Stewie in the connector. So keeps the advantage in the Mongols' court right now on a 4v3, and look at this big flank for Machine Gun too. They are trying to slow pitch into A, but Sogu is going to be able to kill Automatic's flank before it becomes an issue for the player sitting in jungle. Obviously working with Machine Gun there. And the molly on ramp, I didn't even notice this, the molly on ramp has completely killed Cloud9's intentions. Really, really well thought out strat so far from the Mongols. Good timing on their utility, you know, flanks to counter out any of the more cheeky movement coming out from C9 in mid. And it's left it all at Skadoodle again in a 1v4.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of mistiming there from Stewie in terms of how he played in concert with his buddies coming up from A ramp, right? Like after he gets that pick in window, in terms of like the Mongols, he's in their mind, right? He's on the forefront of their mind. He's the closest to them. They know he's there, right? Stewie needs to chill. He needs to watch his back. I think that, you know, maybe if he was a little more focused, he probably would have read that, right? Because that's kind of an easy read, right? You know your buddies aren't up A ramp. You don't know where they are in A. You don't need to be putting your neck out. And I don't know. I feel like he could have thought that went through a little better.
Cloud9 end up on pretty much eco. Again, obviously Skadoodle saving the AK, still has that. But the other 4 are on Deagles. But Skadoodle with the snapshot accuracy there finds Sogu before he can get anything done at top mid.
Seems like he wanted to even get a parting gift of that deagle on the ground, right? But he thought better of it. He's like, there's probably someone coming up.
He was smart to think that, but Stewie's now going to find impact with his deagle. Takes out Zilkenberg, and that's from way back at the outside of apartments.
He was opping. Zilkenberg was opping, and I think he was on the barrel situated to the side of Van, and Stewie just Stewie's him.
I think Stewie had that like keyhole angle when you're slightly peeking from the outside of apartments into the guy that's sitting back on
like
truck.
Sliver?
Yeah, there's like that tiny little angle you can get on it if you position yourself right. So I'm pretty sure that's where he hit that from, based on quick check. Mara, also a nice quick shot. That's a headshot too against Tarek. It's going to take him down, bring us back into an even 3v3. But Cloud9 now have the plant onto the ground, and Deagle's position in very, very common spots that the CTs would move into retake on. Skadoodle also having kinetic control. He's going to be able to easily see that shadow and advance to take down Machine Gun. Stewie's even going to flank these guys too now. They have a little bit of an advantage to play off. The CTs will also use their utility. This is actually turning out to be a bit of a weird post plan. Seal gets that rush spamming in, kills the diffuser, so that's the big worry gone. And with Stewie's additional kill, that settles it. It's Cloud9 that take control of our second match here on the stream with a 16-9 scoreline. They'll be able to win here against the Mongols, setting them up 1-0 to start. But unfortunately for the Mongols, their loss here will put them at 0-1.
Definitely a respectable showing in terms of clutches. Sometimes you might say from like an underdog team that like those clutches, maybe amplified their scoreline a little. I don't think so. I think Mongols showed like a mature approach to the map. Kind of that secondary phase of T-side strats wasn't really thought out, like the post plant or like what happens in phase 2 when we get an entry on some location. But they did show like a decent amount of teamwork and a ridiculous amount of aim. It goes without saying, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And they probably knew as well coming in that they were going to have to really, try to hit the ground running with some of these rounds to be able to win against Cloud9. So I think that's probably an okay start to the tournament for the Mongols. They're probably going to be relatively, I think, happy with the way that this matchup went. They had quite a few good clutches, punished Cloud9 in a few situations. Obviously, would have liked to win, but obviously, it's kind of building upon it. They still have plenty more matches today, and we may be able to see an upset against one of the European teams if they slip up like that.
And to think that that Cloud9 beats teams like NIP at E-League 16-2 on Mirage, right? And the fact that Mongols just got 16 to 9 or 10 scoreline with, they could have had more rounds, right? They lost on a round where the other team had 2 sets of armor, right? So, Mongols, they could surprise here.
Well, a good foundation set for the Mongols. Unfortunately, no upsets from them just yet, but we're going to see, as I believe we're covering them next again here. Stick with us, and that next match is going to be coming up in just a few minutes, right here for the B stream of IEM Oakland.